You are born not in silk, but on the rough, matted hide of a wolf. Dacia, it is not a land that forgives. It is a place of biting winds, endless pine forests, and
Subscribe to the
mountains
channel,
that scrape
like,
the
and share in the
belly of the
comments what you
sky.
know about these legendary
Here,
warriors.
the weak
And now,
freeze
let's get
before
back
they
to the
learn
story.
to walk, and those who do not freeze learn that tears are a waste of water. Your father is a mountain of a man, smelling of wood smoke and old blood. He does not give you wooden horses or dolls. He hands you a small bow, the wood still green and springing, and a knife made of bone. The world is a mouth, he tells you, his breath misting in the freezing dawn. You are either the teeth or the meat. Choose. Childhood ends at 10 years old. It ends not with a ceremony, but with a scent. The metallic, hot copper smell of wolf blood on your small, trembling hands. You stand over the carcass of the beast in the snow. It is still twitching. You feel a strange electricity, the realization that life is fragile, a wet red thing held inside a skin sack, and it can be spilled so easily. You are no longer a child. You are a predator. But there are bigger predators. When the Roman eagle comes, it does not come with the chaotic fury of the clans. It comes with geometry. The legions are a machine, squares of iron and leather, moving with a terrifying synchronized rhythm. They come to burn your world to ash. You fight. By the old gods, you fight. You are 16, fierce, fast, but your iron sword is soft, and their shields are walls. You remember the sound, the deafening crunch of the testudo formation pushing forward, grinding your people into the mud. You remember the scream of your father. Then a Roman shield rim slams into your face, a pommel strikes your temple. The world turns black. When you wake, the wind is gone, the forest is gone, the freedom of the mountains is a memory. There is only the chafing of iron around your neck. You are chained to a long line of men, a human centipede of misery. You walk until your feet bleed, and then you walk on the blood. The death march to Rome is 1,000 miles of humiliation. If you stumble, a whip cracks across your back. If you fall and cannot rise, a spear ends you, and your body is left for the crows. You are no longer a hunter. You are cattle. Rome assaults you before you even see it. The smell hits you miles away, a thick, suffocating stench of unwashed bodies, exotic spices, rotting garbage, burning incense, and open sewers. The city is a cancer of stone, spreading across the hills, and in the center, rising like a man-made mountain, is the Flavian amphitheater, the Colosseum. It is a white marble tooth, ready to chew. At the slave market, you are stripped naked. You are no longer a person. You are merchandise. You stand on a revolving platform while fat men in clean togas poke you with canes. They check your teeth like a horse. They squeeze your biceps. They discuss your genetics. Dacian, one says, spitting on the ground, wild, hard to break, but they die well. I'll take him, says a man with eyes like coins. This is the Lanista, your new owner, your new god. You are sold for the price of a good mule.
The factory of pain. The Ludus, the gladiator school. It is your new universe. It is a prison disguised as a barracks, a factory designed to manufacture death. The initiation is not a handshake. It is fire. They hold you down, 4 men, strong as oxen. You smell the burning charcoal before you see the iron. The branding tool glows an angry orange in the twilight. When it touches your shoulder, the sound is a wet hiss, like water hitting a hot skillet. The pain is absolute, white, blinding, all-consuming. It erases your name. It erases your past. You are now property of the school. You are an asset, an investment. Your room is a stone box, 3 square meters of misery, straw that moves with lice, a bucket for your waste that reeks of ammonia, and a heavy wooden door that locks from the outside. This is the luxury of a dead man walking. You expect to be fed meat. You are a warrior after all. But when the slop is ladled into your wooden bowl, it is gray and lumpy, barley, boiled beans, rancid animal fat. Eat, the doctore barks at you. He is a man made of scars, holding a vine staff that he uses more often than his voice. Why barley, you ask, spitting out a husk. I am a wolf, not a goat. The doctore strikes you. The vine cuts your cheek. You are a Hordearius, a barley man. We do not want you lean. We want you fat. He pokes your chest hard. Fat protects the arteries. When they cut you, and they will cut you, the layers of fat keep the blade from hitting something vital. It keeps you alive long enough to finish the show. Now, eat. You eat. You eat the sludge. You drink a mixture of water, vinegar, and the ash of burnt wood. They say the ash makes your bones hard as stone. It tastes like a burnt forest, gritty and vile, coating your throat in charcoal. Training begins before dawn. You do not touch steel. Steel is for men. You are a worm. You are given a rudis, a wooden sword, but it is lead-weighted. It weighs twice as much as a real gladius. Your enemy is the palace, a wooden post buried deep in the sand. Thump, thump, thump. Again, the doctore screams. High line, shield up, lock your elbow. You hit the post until your hands blister. Then the blisters burst. Then the raw flesh bleeds. Then the blood dries and forms calluses. And then the calluses blister again. Your arms swell until they feel like heavy logs. You learn the geometry of death. You learn that the shield, the scutum, is not just a wall. It is a weapon. You learn to smash the rim into a nose, to crush a windpipe with the boss. The school is a hierarchy of violence. The gregarii are the herd, the nameless fodder. Above them are the veterans. At the top is the primus palace, the first sword. He eats at a table. You eat on the floor. He has a woman. You have your hand. You are sorted into a class. You are not big enough to be a Murmillo, the tank with the fish-crested helmet. You are not crazy enough to be a Rotarius, the fisherman with the net and trident who fights half-naked. You are quick. You are angry. Thrax, the Lenestad decides. You are given the equipment of a Thracian, a helmet with a griffin crest, high greaves on both legs, a small, square shield, and the Sika, a vicious, curved short sword designed to hook around an enemy's large shield and rip into their unarmored back. It is a weapon of cruelty. It suits you.
The baptism of sand.
The first time you enter the arena, you are not afraid of dying. You are afraid of the noise. It is a provincial games, a warm-up for the season, but the sound, it is physical. The roar of 10,000 throats hits you like a blast furnace. The ground vibrates. You are in the tunnel. The air smells of sulfur, fear, and the wild animals kept in the cages below. You feel bile rising in your throat. You want to vomit. Your knees are water. Move, meet. A guard shoves you. You stumble out into the blinding Mediterranean sun. The light is aggressive. The sand, the arena, is a deep golden yellow. It is raked perfectly smooth. It is waiting to drink. The referee, the Summa Ludus, stands there with his long white stick. He checks your armor. He checks your weapon. He looks at you with bored eyes. To him, you are just paperwork. Your opponent is a Samnite. He is older, his face hidden behind a visor. He taps his sword against his shield. Clang, clang. The trumpet blasts. The fight begins. It is nothing like training. In training, there is rhythm. Here, there is only chaos. The Samnite charges. He is fast. His sword flashes, aiming for your neck. You raise your small shield just in time. The impact jars your teeth. Your arm goes numb. You scramble back, kicking up sand. The crowd boos. They want blood, not dancing. Fight, coward, they scream. Fear turns into anger. You remember the wolf. You remember the Roman soldier who burned your home. You visualize his face behind the Samnite's helmet. You lunge. You fake a high thrust. The Samnite raises his shield. Mistake. You drop low. Your curved Sika hooks behind his knee, finding the gap in the greaves. You pull. The blade bites deep. Hamstrings sever. The Samnite screams, a high, wet sound that cuts through the crowd's roar. He falls. You are on him in a second. You kick his shield away. You stand over him, your sword point hovering over his throat. Your chest heaves. You can't breathe. The Samnite raises a trembling hand. He extends one finger, a digitum, submission. You look up at the editor's box. The sponsor of the games, a local magistrate, looks to the crowd. Mitte, some scream. Let him go. Jugula, others scream. Cut his throat. The lanista is there, whispering to the magistrate. The Samnite is a veteran. He is expensive to replace. Economics saves his life. The magistrate turns his thumb into his fist. Repressed thumb. Mercy. You lower your sword. You walk out through the gate of life. You are shaking so hard you drop your weapon in the tunnel. You survived. But as the doctor stitches a cut on your arm you didn't even feel, you realize the truth. You didn't win glory. You just lived to die another day.
The golden cage. Years bleed into one another. You stop counting the days. You count the scars. You become a professional. The fear of the tunnel disappears, replaced by a cold, hollow focus. Killing becomes a job. It is as mundane as a baker kneading dough or a smith hammering iron. You learn the anatomy of death. You know exactly how much pressure it takes to pierce a lung. You know the specific sound a collarbone makes when it snaps. You become a star. Your name is painted on the walls of taverns. Suspirium puellarum, the sigh of the girls. Noble women, bored with their soft husbands, pay the lanista heavy gold to visit your cell at night. They come in cloaks, smelling of expensive rose oil that fails to mask the stench of the barracks. They touch your muscles as if you are a statue. They ask to see your scars. They want the thrill of sleeping with a beast. You perform for them. You are a gigolo with a sword. It is humiliating, but they bring gifts, meat, wine, coins. You hide the coins in a hollow stone in your wall. You have a plan, the manumission. If you win enough, if you earn enough, you can buy your freedom. But the lanista knows this too. He raises your price every time you win. You are a hamster in a wheel, running towards a horizon that moves away from you. Life in the Ludus is a strange brotherhood. You hate your rivals, yet they are the only ones who understand you. You bond with a Celt named Brenos. He is a giant, a Gaul with hair like fire, and a laugh that shakes the walls. When I get out, Brenos whispers at night, sharing a skin of contraband wine, I will buy a vineyard. No more blood, just grapes and sun. You won't get out, you say, staring at the ceiling. None of us do. We will, he smiles, a gap in his front teeth. The rudis, the wooden sword of freedom. I will get it, and then I will buy you from this fat pig of a lanista. You train together. You cover his back in the mass melees. He covers yours. He teaches you how to laugh again. He is the brother the Romans took from you. That is your mistake. You forgot the first rule. Do not love anything that can bleed. The lanista sees the friendship. He doesn't see warmth. He sees a storyline. He sees ticket sales. The posters go up a week later. Superbus versus Brenos, the brother battle.
The night before the fight, the barracks are silent. Usually, there is dice rolling, swearing, snoring. Tonight, the silence is heavy, pressing against your eardrums. You look at Brenos across the corridor. He is sharpening his sword. He does not look at you. Brenos, you whisper. Don't, he says, his voice flat, dead. If you hesitate, I will kill you. I want my vineyard, brother. I want to live. I know. The day of the fight, the Colosseum is packed. 50,000 people. The emperor is there, a small, bored figure in purple silk, eating grapes while men die for his amusement. You step onto the sand. The sun is cruel. Brenos wears the heavy armor of a Mamillo. You are the Thrax. It is the classic matchup, the fish versus the griffin. The fight is brutal, not because of hatred, but because of love. You know his moves. He knows yours. You block his overhead strike before he even throws it. He sidesteps your hook before you even pivot. It is a dance of intimacy. Sweat blinds you. Your lungs burn. Brenos slams his massive shield into your face. Your nose breaks with a wet crunch. Blood fills your mouth. You stumble. Brenos raises his sword to end it. It is the killing blow. But for a fraction of a second, a heartbeat, he hesitates. His eyes meet yours through the grill of his helmet. He sees his friend. That hesitation is his death warrant. Your instinct overrides your heart. You are a machine built for this moment. You drop, spin, and drive your Sika upward, under the rim of his shield, into his groin and up into his gut.
Brenos drops his sword. He falls to his knees. He clutches his stomach, blood pouring over his fingers. The crowd goes insane. They scream your name. You stand over him. The referee looks at the emperor. The emperor looks at the crowd. They are screaming, "Igula! Cut his throat!" Brenos looks up at you. His face is pale, sweating. "Do it," he wheezes. "Do it, brother. Don't let me suffer." You grip your sword. Tears mix with the blood on your face. You grab his helmet, pull his head back, and drive the blade into the side of his neck. It is a clean kill, a mercy. As Brenos dies, something inside you dies too. The part of you that hoped for a vineyard, the part of you that was human, it withers and turns to ash. You stand up. You are the victor. You are the champion, but you are empty. You are just a husk of iron and scar tissue.
The butcher and the decay. You are 30 years old now. In the world outside, you would be a young man. In the arena, you are an ancient relic. Your body is a map of violence. Your right knee has no cartilage left. It grinds bone on bone with every step. Your shoulder dislocates if you sleep on it wrong. You have lost 6 teeth. Your face is a patchwork of white scar tissue. You are the primus palis now, the king of the school, but you are tired. To dull the pain, you spend your coins on poppy tears, opium. It is expensive, but it brings the black void where Brenos doesn't visit you. The lanista uses you for everything now. You are not just a duelist, you are a performer in the grotesque variety shows. One day, it is a naumachia. They flood a basin outside the city. They put you on a ship. You are not a sailor. The deck is slippery with water and blood. If you fall overboard in your heavy armor, you will sink like a stone and drown. You fight with the terror of the deep water beneath you. Men scream as they are pushed in, thrashing until the water fills their lungs. It is not combat. It is a slaughterhouse. Another day, they dress you as an andabata. They put a helmet on you with no eye holes. You are blind. You swing wildly at sounds while the crowd laughs. It is humiliating. You are a clown with a sword. At noon, during the lunch break for the spectators, you work as an executioner. This is the meridianum. Criminals, Christians, deserters, they are dragged out. Your job is to cut off their heads. They kneel. Some beg. Some pray. You swing. Thud. Next. Thud. Next. You stop washing the blood off your hands immediately. What is the point? Then comes the injury that ends it. It isn't glorious. It happens during a practice drill. You pivot to block a rookie's blow, and your knee finally snaps. The sound is like a dry branch breaking, the same sound your father made in the forest so long ago. You collapse. The pain is nausea-inducing. The Greek doctor shakes his head. Ligaments are gone. You are finished. The lanista looks at you. The calculation is visible in his piggy eyes. You are no longer an asset. You are a liability, a broken tool. I can still fight, you growl, though you cannot stand. No, the lanista says coldly, but you can die one last time. A big show. The legend versus the new breed. We will make a fortune on the bets. He sets up the match. You against a boy of 18, a giant German, rippling with muscle, fast as lightning, stupid as a rock. The lanista bets heavily against you. He expects you to die in the first minute. You know this. You accept it.
The last defiance.
The night before the fight, you do not pray to Jupiter. You pray to Nemesis, the goddess of revenge. You sit in your cell. You take a small, jagged piece of rusty chain you found in the yard weeks ago. You have been sharpening it against the stone wall. It is small, easily hidden in your palm. The morning comes. They rub you with oil and red ochre to make you look fearsome, to hide the gray in your beard. You limp into the tunnel. The noise of the Colosseum is a distant thunder. The German is waiting. He dances on his toes, arrogant, exploding with energy. He smiles at you. Die well, old man. Try not to trip. The fight begins. He is a storm. Blow after blow rains down on your shield. You are passive, hiding behind your scutum. Your bad knee screams in agony. You are losing. The crowd chants the German's name. They have forgotten you. You are the past. He knocks your sword away. Clatter. You are disarmed. You are on your back in the sand. The lanista in the stand stands up, cheering. He has won his bet. The German raises his sword for the killing blow. But you are not fighting a duel. You are fighting a war. You grab a handful of sand, dirty, blood-soaked sand, and throw it upward, straight into the eye holes of his helmet. He screams, blinded. It is a dirty trick, a coward's trick, but you are not a knight. You are a survivor. You kick his kneecap with your good leg. He buckles. You scramble up, ignoring the agony in your own leg. You grab his own dropped sword. You drive it into his throat. Silence falls over the arena. You stand there, heaving. You look at the lanista. His face is pale. He has lost a fortune. The crowd starts to boo. Cheat! Coward! They throw rotten fruit, cups of wine. They want a hero, and you gave them a survivor. You look up at the Emperor's box. You wait for the Ludus. You have won against all odds. You deserve your freedom. The Emperor looks bored. He waves a hand dismissively. Good show, now get him out. There is no wooden sword. There is no freedom. The lanista smiles now. He signals the guards. Get him out. We will sell him to the mines. You realize then, there is no escape. Even if you walked out, you are broken. You belong to the sand. But you can choose how you end. You see the lanista sitting in the front row, close to the action, safe behind the low wall. You pick up the sword again. No, you whisper. You turn away from the gate of life. You turn toward the lanista. You run. Your knee shatters completely, but adrenaline carries you. You are a wolf again. You hurl the sword like a spear. It is a desperate, perfect throw. It sails through the air. It clears the wall. It buries itself in the fat chest of the lanista. He looks down at the handle protruding from his toga, surprised, before he slumps forward. Chaos erupts. The crowd screams in panic. The script has been broken. The meat has bitten back. The Praetorian Guard swarms the sands. They are the elite, walls of purple and gold, forests of spears. They are coming for you. You have no weapon. You are alone against the might of the empire. You reach into your belt and pull out the jagged piece of sharpened chain. It is nothing, a toy, but it is yours. You do not raise your hands. You do not beg. You charge them. For the first time in 20 years, you are not fighting for money. You are not fighting for a crowd. You are not fighting for fear. You are fighting because you choose to. The spears meet you, one in the chest, one in the stomach, one in the thigh. You fall to your knees. The pain is distant, like a bell ringing in another room. The roar of the crowd fades into an underwater hum. You look up. The sun is high and bright. You look past the stone walls of the Colosseum. The stone melts away. The sand turns to snow. You see the pine trees. You smell the wood smoke. You see the wolf standing at the edge of the forest, waiting for you. You cough, and blood spills onto the yellow sand one last time. Let them have the meat, you think, as the darkness comes to claim you. The wolf is free.
The skull in the glass case. 2,000 years later. Your skull sits in a museum in Rome. It is behind thick glass, illuminated by a soft, sterile LED light. The placard reads, Male, approx 30 years old, profession, gladiator, Thrax, origin, Dacia, cause of death, multiple trauma to the thoracic cavity. Tourists walk by in shorts and t-shirts. They hold ice cream cones. They look at your empty eye sockets, at the jagged teeth, at the healed fractures on your jaw. So cool, a teenager says, chewing gum. Like in the movies, he must have been a hero, fighting for glory. Yeah, his friend says, imagine the adrenaline, being a superstar. They don't know about the lice in the straw. They don't know about the taste of the ash drink. They don't know about Brenos and the sound he made when he died. They don't know that you died weeping for a home you couldn't remember. They take a picture with their phones, flash, flash. They walk away to their jobs, to their cubicles, to their screens. They sit in their own boxes, earning their own coin to pay for their own cages. They watch their own arenas on glowing rectangles, cheering for violence they don't understand. You stare back at them from the hollow bone, grinning the eternal grin of the dead. We are not so different, you would tell them, if you had a tongue. You just have cleaner sand.